Hey fam, what's good? I hope that you're well and keeping safe. Welcome back to another one. Today we're gonna find ourselves looking at the Nasdaq, right, and see what can potentially find itself happening over the course of this week. All right, so without wasting your time, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. To those who are already subscribed to the channel, welcome back to another one. All right, so let's look at the monthly time frame on this on this beautiful instrument. So on the monthly time frame, we said that we actually wanted to see price have somewhat of upside momentum, right? And we can see that we are having somewhat of upside momentum on the monthly time frame. But keep in mind, we are also preparing for some potential shorts to find itself opening up when it comes down to the Nasdaq. On the monthly time frame, if we can see somewhat of an actual closure below this down close candle, which we have found ourselves creating right over here, this will completely change market structure from this bull market back into a bear market, something like that. Hey, my apologies for that. But yeah, ultimately we are changing market structure from this bull market to a bear market simply because we can see that we are finding ourselves still in somewhat of an actual higher high territory. After price is creating a higher high, what do you expect price to do? You are expecting price to have some sort of a push back towards the downside to potentially create, that higher low for a further continuation move back towards the upside, right? So that is just something that you need to find yourself taking into consideration as well. Now let's step into the weekly time frame and see what is happening right over here. So on the weekly time frame, what did we say over the course of last week? We wanted to see price have somewhat of some upside momentum before having somewhat of downside momentum, and we can see that we are finding ourselves having that shift back towards the upside, right? Not too much volume, right? If we did find ourselves having like 600 odd pips towards the upside, but you know what, versus the previous week and the week before that, you know what, this is like small, it's a small movement, but nonetheless we find ourselves having that beautiful shift back towards the upside, right? So that's pretty clean. Let's see what is happening currently on the Nasdaq. So looking at our weekly time frame, what we can basically see on the weekly is that, hey, we actually then found ourselves creating what? We have found ourselves creating a new high, which is lining up with some relatively equal highs right over there. D, what are you saying? D, what do you want to see? To those who are finding themselves watching me for a minute now, right, you guys know what I will most probably say after this. But ultimately, I would like to see us find ourselves take out these highs as well, and then have somewhat of an actual downside momentum, right? That is what I would like to see happen on the Nasdaq. Something like create the week, go up, and then have that shift back towards the downside, something like that. So on the weekly time frame, you know what, a PA, a point of interest which we are having is simply this, inversion fair value gap we have found ourselves creating right over there. We did find ourselves creating this beautiful fair value gap right there as well, but we can see that the fair value gap has been tapped into, right? So it's already being used. I don't like using points of interest which is already used, so this area is untested. As we can see, we had the closure below, we never came back for the retest, so that is my point of interest for some potential shorts to find itself opening up. Now let's look at what's happening on our daily time frame, right? Let's see what is up. So zooming price in just a little bit, what did we say over the course of last week? We wanted to see price have somewhat of a shift back towards the upside. I basically had 2 points of interest. That was one right over there, and then this is another point of interest which we are now finally finding ourselves tapping within. So we can see that we did find ourselves taking out liquidity. We had a beautiful shift back towards the downside from that area right over there. Price found itself remaining bullish in structure, and now we can see that we are seeking to, find ourselves hitting all the way up back into our second point of interest. But what did we say? What did we say? If we are going to find ourselves having a closure above this area, what are we having? We are not just finding ourselves taking out buy side liquidity, but we are also finding ourselves having a market structure shift. We are also finding ourselves changing market structure from this bear market back into a bull market right over there. All right, so we can see that our sell side liquidity has been violated, and now we are finding ourselves taking out our highs, and we are finding ourselves changing market structure. So daily time frame, we are bullish, we are somewhat bullish, right? So that is something you need to find yourself taking into consideration as well. So points of interest is still gonna remain the same. On the daily time frame, my points of interest is still gonna remain the same. We have the inversion fee value gap right over there, which is untested, right? Inversion fee value gap right over there, which is untested. I'm still gonna keep that area up. Even if I can grab my football from the low all the way to the high to where current PA is right over there, we can see that that area is finding itself lining up within a discounted area, right? We can see that it is lining up within a discounted area, so that right there is quite clean. So that point of interest, I'm just gonna keep it like that on my charts as it is. But an area to which I will first have my eye out on will basically be this region right over here, right? We have found ourselves creating something within this area, which is quite significant as well. So within this little correction we have found ourselves creating, or tried to find ourselves creating, we did find ourselves creating what? We did find ourselves creating a beautiful, beautiful area of demand. If I maybe can just box it out like that, boom, a beautiful, beautiful area of demand right there. So I will have my eye out on this area first. So what I would like to see happen is, obviously I would like to see price come all the way back up into my inversion fee value gap, right? But one area you also need to take into consideration as well is basically that fee value gap we have found ourselves creating over here as well on the daily time frame. Once again, untested. We did find ourselves having a closure below. We found ourselves creating the fee value gap. We never came back for the retest right over there. So I would like to see us have somewhat of an initial push to the upside back into our point of interest, and then have somewhat of a shift back towards the downside. So over the course of this week, I would like to see something like this find itself happening, have somewhat of an actual shift back towards the upside, and then find myself preparing for some beautiful, beautiful shorts back towards the downside, right? So I would actually find myself preparing for something like this to find itself opening up on this beautiful, beautiful instrument called the NASDAQ. And obviously, if we are going to find ourselves remaining bullish in structure, you know what, then I am finding myself being wrong. It's perfectly fine to find yourself being wrong as well. But most importantly, you have to find yourself having one bias, one directional bias to where you would love to see price find itself heading into, because that's simply what I'm finding myself doing, right? I can come each and every single week, most probably, and just be like, I told you this is gonna happen. I told you, right? But hey, you know what? No, we don't do that. We don't do that. We follow what price is finding itself presenting to us, and we are gonna find ourselves being quite reactive with what price has installed for us, right? So even if we are gonna be bullish in market structure, we are still gonna participate in price on the lower time frame. But ultimately, on my higher time frame, keep in mind that this is a top-down analysis. I just want to know what's happening on the higher time frame, right? So that I can make it easier for me throughout this week to just participate on the lower time frame, right? So if I can see we have that shift back to the downside, back into this area, I will just simplify myself preparing for some beautiful longs to find itself opening up, right? If I'm seeing that price is finding itself traveling within this area right over there, you know what? I'm gonna find myself preparing for some beautiful shorts to find itself opening up, right? So that is my outlook. That is my bias for this up and coming week. I hope that you are having a clear understanding. And if not, right, let me know in the comment section. I would highly, highly appreciate that. And you know what, if you are finding these breakdowns quite valuable, you know what, in the comment section as well, let me know, right? Give me a thumbs up, give me a scorpion whatsoever if you like these type of contents, right? And if you're new to the channel, you did find yourself taking away something, make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Other than that, it's me, your boy D. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I'm out.